Okay, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I have some breaking news for you. You know what? That feeling you get when you are 100% correct? Well, I've just got that feeling and I'm going to talk all about it today in this very video. Don't miss it. Watch the whole video to the end. You're going to love it. All right, guys, we're going into the website right now. What I want to talk about today. So MicroStrategy, remember a few days ago, I mentioned how MicroStrategy is planning to buy $1 billion worth of cryptocurrency over a 10-day period, $2,000 of BTC per second to be precise. But remember, 10-day period. And I mentioned in yesterday's video and the day before, I believe as well, I said that's not going to be the case. When the market dumped, I said, I bet you any money Micheal Saylor will adjust it and pick up as many as he can. And guess what? I was 100%. As you can see, this is MicroStrategy's own website where they've kind of gone in and they've even got a PDF version of the whole thing, press release on 24th. And this is what they've said. We have bought 19,452 Bitcoins for this much money, 1.26 billion, 1.026 billion to be precise. At this, they currently hold 90,000 Bitcoins, 90,000. So you want to be selling your Bitcoin today? You panicking? You want to sell? Oh, the price is dumping. Bitcoin's not worth it. I'm losing money. You want to sell? Guess who? Micheal Saylor is going to come and buy your Bitcoin, right? So you want to give him your Bitcoin? Happy days. He'll pick it up any day, right? So that's him. So I'm going to leave all of that for now, and I want to just go into a lot of other stuff and just give you a few more things. So I mean, for me, it feels good knowing that, again, I've used different metrics. I didn't use the chart. I used logic. And using logic, I realized that this is what's going to happen. Micheal Saylor announced he's going to buy $425 million back in December or November, something like that. We have a big dump, he buys. Then he says, I'm going to buy more. And he, another big dump and he buys, right? Once maybe, yeah, okay, fine. Twice is lucky. Third time is not lucky anymore. This is not a coincidence. He's doing something in order to pick it up at those particular time. He knows when it's coming. But you know, when I say follow the money, this is where you do. When you follow the money. If Micheal Saylor is saying he's buying, I bet you any money, you should be on it as well. You should be buying as well. And this is exactly what I've done. I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm not going to go down that route. But I'm just going to leave it there for you guys to see. We will do some charts. I'll get to the charts in a second. But before we do, I just want to quickly mention a few things. So what you have to understand, we had a big dump, right? We had a massive dump. And quite funnily, even though we had a massive dump, it didn't trigger anything, right? This is what I want to talk about, right? We have this massive dump and it doesn't trigger anything for us. It just says, do you know what? Carry on. The market's not going down. And this is quite fascinating because normally you would not see something like this. Normally what you would see is the market turning around and saying to you, oh no, we're definitely not, the market's going to go one direction or the other or something like this, right? It never turns around and becomes all bullish on you again, right? So this is what I've basically realized. And I thought, you know what? I can see Bitcoin doing something that's going to be pretty crazy and I want to be on it, right? This is what the main subject of this conversation is. So when I looked at the Bitcoin charts and everything, remember I told you regarding some indicators. So let me quickly go into one of my indicators, right? So I'm just going to go into the indicator. And guys, listen, you can go look into Bitcoin and see this for yourself for free, right? So this is what I saw. So I'm looking at the pi cycle indicator and I can see that the red line has not gone above the green line. Do you know what? That's a good indicator. That means we're still bullish. I'm looking at the 200-week moving average heat map and I can see we're still heating up. We haven't gone cool, right? Remember, the green barely ever comes back down to thing unless it's gone to the top and then it comes down, right? So again, that indicator showed the same thing to me. We're looking at the 1 year hodl wave. So 1 year to date. What we can see is people are still hodling, right? Which means they're holding on to their Bitcoin. They don't want to get rid of it, right? But then if we look at the total ratio and we see that if you look at the what happens during peaks, right? So you come to a peak, people start selling. You come to a peak, people start selling. You come to a peak, people start selling. Guess what? We're peaking. People are not selling. People are not bringing it back to sell it. They're basically taking it off the exchanges. and we want to get more deeper into this to understand. So if you look at the total transfer volume from exchanges, look at this. People are taking their money out since 2018. 2018 April, money's just been leaving the account. Look at this. Since 2019, Bitcoin has been leaving people's exchange, the exchanges, right? All the exchanges, people have been leaving. Look at this. Right, again, from exchanges, look at this, how it dropped, right? And this is us here right now, right? So you can see how it kind of just went off the charts, right? People are holding on to their Bitcoins, right? I think this is another same one, but the point is we see all of this. Look at this. This is the price currently climbing. We can see the price currently climbing, right? But look at this particular rate, and you can see this particular, if you look carefully, what you'll notice is, I'm going to point out to it. So look at this 6 to 12 month period, right? So look at this 6 to 12 month period. Let's put it back here for a second, right? 6 to 12 month period. If you notice, right, 1 year to 6 months, you'll see a lot of people have been now hodling, right? So you can see the percentage, right? So you got your largest percentage 2 to 3 year guys, and then you've got another percentage sitting at the the 1 to 2 year, and then 6 to 12 months, right? When you look at these metrics, you can see that over time more and more people are hodling, right? They're holding on to the Bitcoin. They ain't selling because they see something in the charts basically that's pointing to them saying that Bitcoin's going to go to that. And that brings me back to the stock to flow ratio, right? So even on the stock to flow ratio, we can see that it's pointing towards certain things. It's giving us dates, for God's sake. Come on, right? So and Micheal Saylor just buying another $1 billion worth at the perfect time. Okay, one thing he did, he said 10 days. He didn't do it in 10 days. He picked it up right at that time. God knows how he done it, but you know what? I want to know that secret, because that is a very, very good thing. So again, if I just go into this particular chart, I know this one is a bit buggy, but I'll just try and see if it does load up. It did load up today. Okay, so fine. So on there, you can see we're still about 4% down, or 4.5% down actually, on the 7 day. On the daily, we're up as far as I'm concerned. Yes, we are up 5%. And on the monthly, obviously, we all know on the monthly, we're up 56%. Right, guys, we're up 56%, right? We dipped 20%. Micheal Saylor buys, and look, we're back up, right? So total monthly, we're looking at 54%. Even on the hourly, I believe we're up quite a few percent as well. So actually just 0.5%, that's not a problem. I wouldn't bother about that. I'm going to get into this a little later as well, so you guys could see more and understand a little bit more. So for now, let's get into the charts and have a look and see where we are, right? So obviously on the charts, you can see that where we're sitting at currently, right? So we're sitting at this, we're kind of battling around these lines. So yesterday we tried to get up above this 48,000. We managed to do that. And now currently this is our resistance line. So remember, when we fall below a line, it becomes our resistance. And when we go above a line, it is our support. So this was our previous support. And right now it's become our resistance. And, everything's looking good. I can see it's going to go up. But listen to me carefully. As much as I am bullish, right, we have to look at the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is this, right? So if I take you on a weekly and kind of zoom in just to show you something, right? Last time we had a nice little dip was around here. And you can see it lasted 2 weeks. Can this be over? Possibly this can be over. By Sunday, this is over. By tomorrow, it might be over. And we might just shift the sentiment and go back up again. It can happen. As you can see, plenty of times we've shifted the sentiment and we've gone up, right? But what's also, we have to understand like the negative side of it. What's the worst that could happen? Well, the worst that could happen is we could have another week of it, right? So the question is, are you prepared for it? Are you prepared for another week of bearishness, right? Or kind of like a slight trend change before we move up again? Listen, Bitcoin has to breathe. So, I have to breathe as well. I've been talking too much, but the point is Bitcoin needs to go down. It's doing perfectly exactly as predicted, right? So it's been going down. And I'm expecting at least another week of a downside, which is really good in my opinion. But there is a big probability that might not be the case, right? And that's because, and I want to take you into something else now. So I'm not giving you any price predictions or anything today, right? But if I take you into this particular chart here, and let's refresh this because I haven't refreshed it in a while. Let me just take you coin market cap. Right, let's refresh this. Hoping to refresh this, right? So it's refresh. What I want to say is, if you look and see what happened basically in the charts, right? As soon as we had the big dip, right? We went all the way down to like 800 billion, right? And money just came in. Money just came in. And I mean, our market cap, we went from 1.7, I think we were close to almost 1.8 trillion, right? And it went down by 400 billion, I believe, and it flipped back up again, right? Again, you can see this in the chart, right? How basically this happened. So to see it, you will have to see it on a daily, right? How fast that money came in. So, you know, we went to this line and then it was bought up straight away. Who do you think bought it? We're talking, you know, billions, right? Hundreds of billions, 2-3 billion at least, 200-300 billion at least, right? Money came in. Well, I can tell you what this is, right? This again takes us back to MicroStrategy and other actors in the game as well. So if I was to say about MicroStrategy, he obviously buys $1 billion worth from his company publicly. What says he doesn't have any personally? He might have his own personal fund that he's not talking about. This is just his company fund that he's publicly talking about. And that brings me to Tesla. Tesla says we bought some. Well, what says that Tesla and all of the other companies associated or kind of part of the group, right, haven't bought their own one? They don't have to disclose it. SpaceX doesn't have to disclose it. His battery company doesn't have to disclose it. What says they haven't bought some more there, right? And moreover, what says that they don't have their own personal holding, that they're not a whale, you know? And as I always say, they might not tell you because of certain reasons, but at some point they will come out with it, right? So, you know, you've got to look at that and you've got to say, well, hold on, whale addresses. There's loads of existing whale addresses, and then we're getting a little bit more now, but the ones we're seeing, the new whale addresses that we see popping up like big whales out there, those ones are quite easy because those ones are coming straight from what do you call this, those ones are coming from like the new companies that are joining or new thing, and you can track them and you can trace them. But there are so many old whale addresses, or even like as recent like 6-7 months ago, maybe a year ago, those are sitting there, they weren't there before. So when you look at all of this, you can see that money's been flowing into the game for a very long time. We just don't know who it is, unfortunately, right? And then whoever's coming out publicly is a different story. But again, listen, follow the money. Right now, I can tell you from looking at the hodl wave and everything, more and more people are holding on to their Bitcoin. So whenever you see a dip in the market, it's temporary, right? Right now, it's temporary until we go to the top of the market. And this brings me to another thing actually as well. Top of the market, I think, and I'm being honest with you, some metrics, obviously we follow the charts, we follow the sentiments, we follow kind of everything out there and put them all into one and try and make a prediction and this and that. And I'm about to make a prediction, but this is kind of contradicting everything I've ever said before, right? And don't hold me to it, right? Because everything changes as time moves on. And currently what I'm seeing is how a lot of institutions are showing interest. So because institutions are showing interest, I don't think we're going to have the top ASAP like within the next few months. This could easily, and don't hold me to it, right? I'm not your financial advisor, but I think this could easily go into 2022 and probably even carry on to the middle of 2022 or probably even longer. This bull market, obviously a bull market is when we pump and everything. I don't think it's going to crash. I'll be honest with you. But what I'm looking at, what I'm seeing, it's not going to crash because there's too many fundamentals involved for it to crash. So, you know, I'll probably make another video and talk about it on those. But right now, I don't think it's going to crash. I'll be honest with you. I've got a feeling this is going to go and settle at a specific price. And there's not going to be sell-offs because a lot of people are now trying to protect their money. This is why I'm changing my views as well. And also one other view I want to change is, you know, remember I said that I think it's going to be like 100K or something like this, you know, following stock to flow and everything as well. well, I think it can possibly be a little bit more. I think it could be worth a little bit more. Worst case scenario for me though, I'm still going to stick to my 75,000 pound Bitcoin, which is like what, $105,000 in dollar value. I'm still going to stick to that, but that's going to be my baseline now. It's not going to be my top of the market. My top of the market, I don't even know the number yet, because I know different people doing different predictions, right, based on, you know, certain analytics, and we can use that as well. But I don't want to go too overboard. I'd rather stick to my minimum price. And on the minimum, I'm thinking I can easily see a 70,000, maybe even 75,000 pound coin, right? Which is brilliant. So anybody who's picking it up now, you're still going to be in profit, hopefully, right? You know, don't hold me to it. I'm not your financial advisor. It could easily go down the other way. But yeah, I do get a lot of questions with a lot of people. It's like, oh, I bought some, and when shall I sell, or when shall I do this? And it's like, dude, just you do you, I do me, but I can only tell you what I'm doing, right? So currently I'm not selling anything. You know, if I get an opportunity to buy some more, I'm going to buy some more, right? I'm not going to sell anything. So I just want to leave you on that one. Have a think about it, look at it, and you can see the market's positive, but I would personally be expecting us to have another dip or something. I don't think this could easily be a false flag. So, you know, a false breakup going back upwards. We could easily have a nice little dip, but always expect the unexpected. I might not have it. I might be wrong this time, right? You know, Bitcoin might not come back down again. It might dip again. This might have been a flash thing where basically just momentarily dipped and Micheal Saylor got lucky and he bought it, and then it goes back up again. But I am, as I said, I'm expecting it to go down a little bit. I'm just kind of being prepared for that. If it doesn't, jolly good, right? All good. I'm not that fussed about it. But if it does go down, then, you know, I hit my targets. I'm ready for it. If it doesn't, it's all good by me. It doesn't make any difference to me. So that's what it is. You know, I know this is going to be a quick one, but you know what, guys, this is it. Stay positive. Buy the dips, all right, because this is where it gets really interesting. And I'll make another video soon, probably on another thing as well. But Micheal Saylor, you're doing all right, bro. So carry on, you know, and I don't know how you do it, but your secret, I gotta know it. But I will tell you what, follow the money, guys. Follow the money. If the money says they are going to do it on this specific time, and coincidentally the market dumps, guess what? You want to be in it. Anyway, take care, look after yourself, subscribe, like, share, and I'll catch you on the next one.